Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Pharmacon tutorial. Today we will discuss about androgens and anti-androgens. So let's get started. Androgens are the hormones that control the buildup of protein and male secondary sex characteristics. This testosterone is the natural androgen which is secreted mainly from the testis, adrenal cortex and also in ovary. At puberty, the hypophyseal cells stimulate the Leydig cells to produce androgen and it leads to the development of testes and secondary sex characteristics. In liver and other target cells, this 5-alpha reductase enzyme converts testosterone to more potent androgen, that is the dihydrotestosterone, which combines with the androgen receptor. We have two androgens, naturally occurring and synthetically prepared one. Naturally occurring include testosterone, dihydrotestosterone and androstenedione. Synthetic are further classified into predominantly androgenic and predominantly anabolic with lesser androgenic activity. This predominantly androgenic include methyl testosterone, fluoxymesterone and esters of testosterone. Now, this naturally occurring and synthetic predominantly androgenic drugs have same uses, so we will discuss them together. So, these drugs are metabolized in the liver and they are in first pass metabolism, so it is given through intramuscular route. They are mainly used in hormone replacement therapy in men with hypogonadism and they are administered as transdermal, that is mainly to maintain the constant therapeutic level of the hormone. It is used in HIV patients to increase the muscle mass and strength and it can also be used in senile osteoporosis. Now moving on to the side effects of these hormones. So when these hormones are used in female, it will develop the male characteristics such as development of breast atrophy, causes virilization leading to hirsutism and deepening of the voice. And these drugs also causes cholestatic jaundice because it is eliminated by the liver and causes edema due to sodium and water retention. About its contraindications, these drugs are contraindicated in pregnancy because of virilized fetus and it is contraindicated in cardiac and renal disease and also in prostate and breast cancer because these cancer have androgenic receptor and in response to testosterone hormones they will increase their growth. Now coming to the predominant anabolic hormones, they are nandrolone, oxandrolone, then stenazolone and methaneDienone. So these drugs are mainly used in chronic illness, that is to improve the overall well-being of the patient and to increase their appetite. It is also used in the recovery from the surgery, burn and trauma by increasing the overall well-being and its anabolic activity. These drugs are also used to counteract the actions of cortisol because this cortisol will decrease the body mass and increase the energy expenditure. So testosterone will reverse that. And it can also be used in menopause, that is postmenopausal and senile osteoporosis also. And again, it is used in control of itching in chronic biliary obstructions. This itching is mainly due to the bile salt deposition under the skin. Next, moving on to the anti-androgens. So these drugs oppose the androgens by 4 different ways. Firstly, by physiological antagonism of the androgen. Secondly, we have drugs that inhibit the testosterone synthesis. Thirdly, androgen receptor antagonist and finally 5-alpha reductase inhibitors which will inhibit the conversion of the testosterone into dihydrotestosterone which is the more active form. So first this physiological antagonism of the androgens, example is the estrogen and it will inhibit the gonadotropin releasing hormone and thereby it will inhibit FSH and LH release. And as we know, this FSH and LH are needed for the secretion of testosterone. Secondly, this testosterone synthesis inhibitors, for example, is the ketoconazole, which is an antifungal drug. It will inhibit testosterone both in the adrenal and the gonads. So next is the androgen receptor antagonist, that is the spironolactone, which is a potassium sparing diuretic, and it causes hyperkalemia because it is a potassium sparing diuretic. It causes gynecomastia and menstrual irregularities. Another drug of this is the cyproterone acetate and flutamide, and these drugs are mainly used in the prostate carcinoma. The side effects include impotence, then gynecomastia, liver damage, decreased spermatogenesis, etc. Now moving on to the final class, that is the 5-alpha reductase inhibitor. They will inhibit the conversion of testosterone to dihydrotestosterone, which is the active form. The drugs coming under this category are finasteride and dutasteride. This dutasteride, it is the long acting, and mainly this drug is used in BPH, that is the benign prostate hyperplasia, and this therapy is long term. Alpha 2 blockers are given along with this drug, that is to increase its efficacy. So this is all about androgens and anti-androgens.